Historically, men's basketball has been the most successful team at Otterbein. Yet in the history of Otterbein hoops, only one player has ever been drafted by the National Basketball Association, and he almost didn't make it Otterbein. Don Carlos had been All-City League at Eastmore High School in Columbus, but had no college offers after high school. After 3 years of working in the electrical field, Don was passed over for a raise because of his lack of college experience. That's when he decided to do something about it.
I was watching Ohio State play on TV that night, and I said, I'm easily as good as those guys, and they all going to school for free. So I picked up the phone the next morning and called Ohio State, and I ended up talking to the freshman coach, Frank Truitt. He said, okay, we'll offer you a scholarship, but we can't do it in 1963. We're going to do it, you've got to wait a year. And I said, I don't want to do that, Frank. And I said, I want to go to school now. I need to get on with my life. And he said, look, I graduated from Otterbein. I'll make a call up there. I think they can help you. Mo Agler called me the next day and said, hey, come on up here. We got a place for you.
Otterbein had more than just a place for Don. They needed a star. The basketball team suffered through 9 straight losing seasons until Don arrived. He would start all 4 years and take the Cards to a 71-25 record, and the fans turned out in record to Old Alumni Gym to support the team.
First game, there were a few hundred people there. And the second game, it was a wild place. They had people lined up from Alumni Gym down to State Street trying to get in. So it was great.
Carlos was OAC Player of the Year in '66 and '67, and when he graduated, his 2,500 career points was a league record. One of Don's teammates was a young guard from London, Ohio, named Dick Reynolds, who Don remembers as a different Reynolds than the one who coached Otterbein for 40 years.
I don't think he was as fiery. He wasn't as outspoken as he was as a coach. You know, Dick was a good player. He's a great athlete. He has 12 letters here. Both he and his brother were great athletes. Gary played also, but Dick started on the team. You know, he was a good, solid athlete, a good, solid player.
Don was drafted in the 1967 NBA draft by the Los Angeles Lakers. Almost 50 years ago, the draft process looked much different than it does now, as evident by how Don recalled finding out how he was drafted.
You know, I don't remember. I think somebody gave me a call or something like that. I certainly wasn't expecting it. You know, being a first-team All-American, you know, small college, wasn't that surprising, but I didn't expect it. I knew there had been some scouts, you know, from various NBA teams. I didn't know where I would fit, and it wasn't in my plans.
Don got a tryout with the Lakers, but realized they were looking for something else.
You know, I was in their camp, you know, the 1967, and they were looking for, you know, a point guard, and that wasn't me. You know, actually, as I look back on it and realized, I was a 2-guard before they invented it, because I was a scorer, not a ball handler. And Houston and the ABA had drafted me, so I played a year in the Eastern League and then went down to Houston and played there a year.
After playing professional basketball, owning Otterbein records to this day, and winning numerous individual awards, Don is still grateful to the alma mater that helped put him where he is today.
Otterbein changed mine. I mean, it went from here to here in just an instant, and it's been that way all my life.
For OtterbeinTV, I'm David Kinder.